On my list of things to do today is to give the refrigerator a mini reset. And so I'm going to declutter, clean, and organize the shelves and the refrigerators and maybe the drawers. I'm not going to do the freezer. I'm not worrying about the rest of the kitchen right now. I'm going to focus on the mini job of giving the refrigerator a wipe down, reorganize, and to throw some stuff away. I have these shelf liners that have been sitting on my counter for a month that I've been wanting to do this for the refrigerator, so I'm getting it done today. Hi, my name is Erica Lucas. On this channel, I mostly share about decluttering, organizing, and cleaning. I'm very glad that you are sharing part of your day with me today. 7 years ago, on March 1st, 2019, if I'm remembering the date correctly, I posted my first YouTube video, and it was about homeschooling. I had found a lot of resources and support watching other homeschooling YouTube videos, and I wanted to share my experience alongside as a return for all the information I got from other people. My goal at the time was just to connect with other parents of homeschool kids and to share and support each other. 6 months later, I was decluttering some homeschooling supplies on a video, and it took off. That video has been viral on YouTube for 7 years. It has almost 300,000 views today, and since then, the channel has earned more than 12 million views, mostly about content about decluttering. That means there were a lot of people in the world that looked to YouTube for inspiration on how to clean, declutter, and organize their homes. And as it reflect back now on these last 7 years, there are 3 things that came to mind as I was cleaning out this fridge today. They act as basic foundations in decluttering year over year, these last 7 years. The first one is there's no finish line. Decluttering never ends. When I first started decluttering, I really thought I could get rid of the things in my house, in my whole house, in a weekend. I never really decluttered before, and I didn't realize that I had thousands and thousands of things in my house that we just didn't need. Today we still have stuff in our house that we don't use, love, need, want, and that's okay. I have 3 kids who bring stuff into the house all the time, and we're always evaluating what needs to stay and what needs to go. Those decluttering muscles built up over time. Decluttering never ends. It's part of the entire process. There's no finish line in decluttering. The journey and the process is what it's about. The second basic foundation that I was thinking about when I was doing this fridge was that I have to continually honor the one day at a time, one shelf at a time mentality that I had learned the first 2 years of decluttering my entire house and getting rid of thousands and thousands of stuff. I had to stop thinking about how to declutter an entire room or my house. I had to think about it as one shelf at a time, one drawer at a time, one day at a time. So today, I'm feeling a quick reset on my fridge. I'm taking stuff out. I'm wiping down the shelves. I'm putting on this cloth-like placemat to catch the spills and drips that keep coming and sticking on there. And it also gave me a chance to evaluate what groceries needed to be used up. So I created a little bin for the things that I wanted to make sure we used up and didn't go bad. What groceries just needed to be trashed and decluttered from the fridge. And this mini project in my refrigerator is the kind of thing that I do regularly, more than once a week. Not cleaning my fridge more than once a week, but mini projects like this once a week. And I wanted to clean the whole kitchen. That would have been lovely. But I focused on the one shelf in my refrigerator. There was one section that had some sticky spills, and I decided that I can do one shelf at a time. And if I'm vibing with this project, then I can do the second shelf. Setting small goals helps me maintain control of the projects and actually finish them in short periods of time. I felt better able to feed my family with what's going on in the fridge when it's organized and clean. Like I can look at something and come up with a meal. I know because I know what groceries are in there. I didn't have to clean the whole kitchen. I wanted to, but I focused on one shelf. And that mentality, that mindset is manageable. It makes me feel better, and it makes me feel like it's something I can tackle. The third basic foundation that I had to learn over time when it comes to decluttering is that systems save my sanity. And by systematizing repetitive things in my house, like laundry or things we need when we leave the house every week at the same time, how to store, stuff like a drop zone when you come home. Where do you put your bags, your shoes, returns, that kind of a thing. Systematizing sections of my home make it easier to keep it decluttered and cleaned and organized. My house is meant to be lived in. My house is meant to be loved in. Surfaces will get cluttered. That's just going to happen. And surfaces that were once organized and a system was in place, they become disorganized as the needs of the system change. Systems all throughout my house make me feel like I can tackle one shelf at a time, one day at a time. My ultimate goal every time I share a video on this channel is to make you feel like you can declutter, clean, and organize your home in a real life way, one thing at a time. Because I didn't always feel that way. Back in 2019, I didn't feel like I could do one shelf at a time. I didn't feel like I even knew how to declutter or clean or organize my house. I didn't know how to make the decisions to declutter something. But I felt pretty good at organizing back then, but I had so much stuff that it was a challenge. And in my mind, in order to clean, I had to declutter and organize. Cleaning was difficult because there were piles and piles of stuff everywhere on every surface. And there's a lot of emotional baggage that comes with decluttering and organizing and systematizing and cleaning when you are trying to figure out your house and how to maintain control of it. And I still process a lot of shame when it comes to my house and when a surface gets cluttered, when I haven't cleaned in a week. I still process shame because after 7 years, I still feel like sometimes maybe that shouldn't happen. I really should have my act together at this point. But our house is lived in, and our house is meant to be loved in. And I have to give myself a ton of forgiveness when those kinds of things happen. I'm teaching my children how to do those things. We are coming up with systems that they can manage and do. And I'm teaching them how to have the executive functioning to get those things organized in their own lives. And systems help me reset areas of my house quickly. And sometimes you got to just walk through your house with a trash bag and declutter stuff that just doesn't need to be in your home or your life anymore. And that's okay. I used to have guilt about that too, like trashing stuff instead of finding a home or rehoming it in some way by donating it, by selling it, by giving it to a friend. There are some things that I absolutely still will do that I will donate because it's of value, that I will find a home for with a friend. I will give it away. Or if it's something that's considerable value, I might try to sell it. I will still do all of those things, but sometimes you got to just walk through with a trash bag just to give yourself some sanity and to reset your home. So from this project today, I ended up trashing some of the leftovers that nobody was just going to eat anymore. I cleaned the surfaces of the shelves and I put these like placemat dividers on there. We'll see how they work out. And I reorganized everything so that it made more sense in the refrigerator. So like with like. And then I made a bin for our chocolate milk. And then I made a use up bin here and just put like with like so my family can easily come into the fridge and find what they're looking for. Leave me a comment below if you would like to see a video of some of the systems that I'm talking about. I always aim to share what might inspire you or motivate you to declutter, clean, and organize your house in a real life way. A few months ago, I shared a video about life after decluttering on a day that my house became messy again, even after decluttering projects. I will leave that link for you here to watch next. Thank you for spending 10 minutes of your day with me today, and I hope that you are doing well. I'll see you in the next video.